Old caretaker Leo lived beside a quiet park, until a brand new college campus opened right next door. Before long, traffic increased, and so did the trouble. His ducks kept wandering onto the road, and drivers kept speeding through, 3, 4, sometimes even more close calls every week. Duck. Frustrated, Leo called the local authorities. "You've got to do something about these drivers." They put up a sign. Campus crossing. Didn't help. If anything, people sped up even more. So they tried another one. Slow, students ahead. Still no change. Finally, Leo asked if he could put up his own sign. The officer sighed and said, "At this point, go ahead." A week later, the officer drove by to check it out, and nearly burst out laughing. Leo's sign said, "Beach resort ahead, slow down, watch out for the cute chicks." 2 IT technicians came to my office to install a brand new computer system. They set up the monitors, connected all the cables, installed the software, and got everything running smoothly in no time. As they were about to leave, I asked, "Could you also arrange the desks and put everything back the way it was?" They shook their heads and showed me the service agreement. "Sorry, that'll be an extra $50. Rearranging furniture isn't included in the contract." I was alone in the office, so I paid them. They packed up and left. A few minutes later, they came rushing back inside. "Excuse us," one of them said. "Could you please unlock the office gate? It's blocking our van outside." I smiled and said, "Sure, as soon as you pay the $120 gate unlocking fee. It's not in my contract." A hacker breaks into a high-rise apartment after being on the run for years, looking for cash and valuables. Inside, he finds a young couple relaxing. He drags the guy into a chair and ties him up, then secures the woman to the couch. He leans in close to her, whispers something in her ear, then walks off into another room. While he's gone, the guy whispers urgently, "Listen, this guy's dangerous. He's been hiding out for years, probably unstable. If he wants anything, don't argue, don't resist, just stay calm. We'll get through this. I love you," the woman whispers back. "He wasn't doing what you think, he was whispering to me." "What did he say?" the guy asks nervously. She replies, "He said he's not interested in me. He thinks you look really good, and asked if we had any supplies in the other room." She pauses, then adds softly, "Stay strong, honey. I love you too." Leo went to see his school counselor and said, "Sir, I've done something wrong. I've been secretly hanging out with someone I shouldn't." The counselor looked at him closely. "Is that you, Leo?" "Yes, sir." "And who is this person?" the counselor asked. "I can't say, sir. I don't want to get them into trouble." The counselor nodded slowly. "Well, I'll find out eventually. Might as well tell me now. Was it Sarah from your class?" "I can't say." "Emily?" "I promised not to tell." "Zara?" "My lips are sealed." "Aisha?" "I'm really sorry, sir. I can't." "Fatima?" "I'm not saying." The counselor sighed. "Well, Leo, I respect your loyalty, but you'll have to stay after school for the next 4 weeks." Leo walked back to his seat. His friend Jack leaned over and whispered, "So, what happened?" Leo grinned and said, 4 weeks detention, and 5 solid options." A woman was in bed with her lover when suddenly, click, she heard her husband's key in the front door. "Quick!" she whispered, panicked. "Stand in the corner!" She grabbed baby oil, rubbed it all over him, then dusted him with talcum powder. "Don't move. Pretend you're a statue." Her husband walked in, spotted the figure in the corner, and asked, "What's that?" "Oh, it's a statue," she replied smoothly. "The Smiths bought one, and I liked it, so I got one for us too." He shrugged and said nothing more. They went to bed as if nothing happened. At around 2 a.m., the husband got up, wandered into the kitchen, and came back with a sandwich and a beer. He placed them in front of the statue, and whispered, "Here, eat up." I stood like that at the Smith's house for 3 hours and nobody gave me a thing. A wealthy tech investor was sitting in a luxury hotel lounge in Singapore having lunch when a scruffy-looking traveler walked in and sat beside him. The traveler said, "I've got a device you're going to want to buy, but I should warn you, it costs $1 million. The investor laughed. "That thing? It's not worth $10, let alone $1 million. The traveler calmly pressed a button on the device. Suddenly, a digital assistant appeared and said, "Sir, what is your request?" The entire lounge fell silent as the traveler said, "I'd like a cup of tea with sugar." The assistant responded instantly, and a perfectly prepared cup of tea appeared on the table with sugar and a spoon. The investor stared in disbelief. He immediately wrote a check for $1 million, grabbed the device, and left. Later, he rushed home, sat at his desk, and activated the device. The assistant appeared again. "Sir, what is your request?" Smiling confidently, he said, "First, I want my $1 million back. Then I want a luxury villa, a private jet, and a fleet of supercars." The assistant paused, looking uneasy, and replied, "I'm very sorry, sir. I only do tea and coffee. Would you like sugar with that?" A man walks into a bar and asks the bartender, "If I show you a really good trick, will you give me a free drink?" The bartender considers it, then agrees. The man reaches into his pocket and pulls out a tiny rat. He reaches into his other pocket and pulls out a tiny piano. The rat stretches, cracks his knuckles, and proceeds to play the blues. The bartender pours the man a drink on the house, and he puts the rat and piano away. After the man finished his drink, he asked the bartender, "If I show you an even better trick, will you give me free drinks for the rest of the evening?" The bartender agrees, thinking that no trick could possibly be better than the first. The man reaches into his pockets again and pulls out the tiny rat and tiny piano. The rat stretches, cracks his knuckles, and proceeds to play the blues. The man reaches into a third pocket and pulls out a small bullfrog, who begins to sing along with the rat's music. While the man is enjoying his beverages, a stranger confronts him and offers him $100,000 for the bullfrog. "Sorry," the man replies, "he's not for sale." The stranger increases the offer to $250,000 cash up front. "No," he insists, "he's not for sale." The stranger again increases the offer, this time to $500,000 cash. The man finally agrees and turns the frog over to the stranger in exchange for the money. "Are you insane?" the bartender demanded. "That frog could have been worth millions to you, and you let him go for a mere $500,000. "Don't worry about it," the man answered. "The frog was nothing special. You see, the rat's a ventriloquist." A wealthy old lady decides to go on a photo safari in Africa, taking her poodle along for company. One day the poodle starts chasing butterflies and before long discovers that he's lost. Wandering about, he notices a hungry-looking leopard heading rapidly in his direction. The poodle thinks, "Oh!" Noticing some bones on the ground close by, he immediately settles down to chew on the bones with his back to the approaching cat. Just as the leopard is about to leap, the poodle exclaims loudly, "Boy, that was one delicious leopard! I wonder if there are any more around here." Hearing this, the leopard halts his attack in mid-strike. A look of terror comes over him, and he slinks away into the trees. "Phew," says the leopard. "That was close. That poodle nearly had me." Meanwhile, a monkey who had been watching the whole scene from a nearby tree figures he can put this knowledge to good use and trade it for protection from the leopard. So off he goes, but the poodle sees him heading after the leopard with great speed and figures that something must be up. The monkey soon catches up with the leopard, spills the beans, and strikes a deal for himself with the leopard. The leopard is furious at being made a fool of and says, "Here, monkey, hop on my back so you can watch me chew that poodle to bits." Now, the poodle sees the leopard coming with the monkey on his back and thinks, "What am I going to do now?" But instead of running, the dog sits down with his back to his attackers, pretending he hasn't seen them yet, and waits until they get just close enough to hear. "Where's that damn monkey?" the poodle says. "I sent him off an hour ago to bring me another leopard."
That was funny. Hope you like it. Like, subscribe, and share.